Good morning, dearest brothers and sisters. It is Thursday morning, November the 12th. I pray you're all having an amazing morning. Yeah, it's been a test, that's for sure, dear brothers and sisters. I don't know how you're all feeling, but I imagine I have a good idea. And I think probably the proper phrase for all of this is worn out. Being worn down, the wearing out of. It's these ebbs and flows of just, in and out and, just being blown away at the fact that this is all, still happening. And I got to get over that. We got to get over that. This is it, you guys. This is it. And I think, again, the enemy's not dumb. So he knows to give us little bit, and then pull back, little bit, pull back. And the purpose is, to just kind of, again, wear us down, slowly get to us. And all of this political static is just, in the background, numbing everybody for what is to come. That's for sure. And there's a lot of information going on in the background in all different areas of the world, dear brothers and sisters. But the key here, when you have these eyes of discernment, which you all have, is to see it's not what they're putting in front of your face. That's not what's important here. That's not what they're actually trying to show you. And what's in front of your face right now is definitely the election. It's not necessarily in your face. It's jammed right down your throat. But if you can take a second and just look what's going on behind it, and obviously clearly with the whole situation that's going on worldwide right now, it just so happens that miraculously, and I'm going to get in trouble for saying all this, but at this point, it doesn't matter. It's full speed ahead. Pfizer is 90% ready with their vaccine, and it's amazing how, and again, YouTube, if you're going to strike this video, I want you to answer me this. Not that you will, or I'll even get a response. But, and all of these ones that were created before, it's taken so long for them to test it. And let's just use logic here, you guys. Long-term side effects. How do you know what long-term side effects are going to be when you've created something and you say it's ready within 7 months? Now they're going to spin it however way they're going to. Oh, it's a coronavirus is, the same as it's a coronavirus is a coronavirus is a coronavirus, so we've been working on this for a long time. Whatever information they're going to give us, that's what's going to make a lot of people agree with it and decide to do whatever they're going to do with it. But I'm seeing a lot of information going out there as far as how they're going to approach this, and it's all starting to make sense here, dear brothers and sisters. So back in January, it says January 31st of 2019 in New York. So the New York State Senate, and I'll put a link in the description. Okay, are passing Senate Bill S2994. So that's Senate Bill S2994. And it was meant to pass to regulate the exemption from vaccines due to religious beliefs and repeals Subdivision 9 of Section 2164 of the Public Health Law relating to exemption from vaccination due to religious beliefs. So ultimately, the reason why they're creating this is because they are tired of parents being able to use religious exemption from getting their children vaccinated. That's where this is all kind of falling under. And I'm praying on it. And it's clear as day here what they're trying to the picture they're trying to paint here, dear brothers and sisters. And this is to go along with where this is all going. Again, it's not always about what's right in front of your face. You got to see past that. You got to pull that veil aside to see who's pulling the strings and what agenda is being pushed behind. And you can see a clear picture here, dear brothers and sisters. And if you look at when the coronavirus started, okay, so the first active case of CV-19, there was human cases with the onset of symptoms in early December 2019. So you're looking, they're already pushed this bill across at the beginning of 2019 in New York. And then now all of a sudden you've got this pandemic, clearly a coincidence, a year later. And now it's to the point where parents are going to have a difficult time trying to explain to the state why they don't want their children vaccinated. Now, knowing our enemy and the liar that he is, he knows that by getting to our children will be an easier way for us to conform and bow down. So by making it law, and there is an article right now where the bar in New York is trying to make it mandatory, vaccines mandatory in New York. And you can fact check this all you want, YouTube, because it's mainstream media. You're a part of it anyway, so it doesn't matter. So now you've got this bill that is trying to get rid of medical exemptions for religious beliefs. And then you've got the virus that's come in, and now that same state is making it so that it's mandatory. Well, so think about this, dear brothers and sisters. Now you being the adult, and I pray that you're not living in New York right now, and if you are, take it to the Father, dear brothers and sisters. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. But if we find ourselves in a situation where, yeah, we can, kick and scream and say, you know what, you're not sticking me with anything. It's just not happening. Well, now they have it by law where they're going to do that to your children because they don't believe that because of your religious belief is a good enough reason. Therefore, painting the picture, this is the main reason, dear brothers and sisters, that if you don't want your children vaccinated because of religious beliefs, that's because you're crazy. It's not because they honor or believe that you have the right to feel the way that you feel and worship however you want to worship. It's because they feel, you know what, you're clearly not thinking properly. Therefore, we have to pass this bill overriding you as a parent, okay? A parent of that child. We know better than you. The state knows better than you, the parent, of what goes into your child's body. And now I'm a little revved up right now because it is very obvious. I'm not upset at the fact that it's happening because it's inevitable. It's the fact, again, and it's the same broken record for me especially, and I don't know about you, but it being so brutally obvious to what's happening and people not seeing it. Again, I go through these ebbs and flows of understanding that they don't have eyes to see it, but then there's certain things where it blows my mind how all of these things that have happened, and if you look at the history of the test of time of everything that's happened in this world, and man, I'm talking about the carnal, fleshly, evil man that has led us down this path of war, evil, anger, and here we are, and yet the world wants to put their faith in somebody that's led us down this path of destruction and want to be able to allow a person to put something in your child's arm that they've only been testing for 7 months. Where is the logic in any of this, dear brothers and sisters? It's nowhere. Because logic is not being used at this point. Blind faith is what's being used at this point. So we've got our fellow brothers and sisters that are blind using blind faith. Instead of using that blind faith in a creator that gave them life, they want to put blind faith in a scientist that says, we're good here. 7 months, not a big deal. 90%, that's close enough, guys. Roll up your sleeve. It's absolutely bonkers at this point. So please pray for me, dear brothers and sisters, because I'm going through, the hills and valleys, and I pray the Father just continues to give me faith. And I was praying about it last night before bed. And again, he reminded me, William, it all comes back to faith, all of it. Because we have these tendencies to think that he's led us down this wrong path at times. Like, oh man, I can't believe I just went through that. No, we don't know his intention for us or for any of it. We have to just understand and have faith that he's going to take us there. That is it. And a lot of these situations that we're going through, the purpose and the reason why we're going through them is for him to see if we trust him, if we have faith in him. Because when it's all said and done, when this thing finally is revealed to its entirety, to where we understand this is where we're at, this is what we have to do next, if we don't have that voice in our spirit that we trust wholeheartedly with everything that we are, then how are we going to be able to make a split decision for something so important, such as possibly having to, and I'm not even going to say possibly, it is going to happen, where we will need to leave up and leave our homes. Don't even go back inside and grab anything, as it states in Scripture. Just leave. You've got to leave now. Head for the hills. Head for the mountains. Go into the wilderness. You got to get out of here. Because that's what it's going to come down to, dear brothers and sisters. Now, we're all going to have different paths. We're all being led down different roads, but all leading to that straight and narrow, dear brothers and sisters. So your path may look differently than mine, but it's all the same. And that same path is faith. We have to have faith. So the purpose of my video here today, dear brothers and sisters, has nothing to do with the vaccine, has nothing to do with the CV. It's the fact of how they're painting the picture to make us look. Because where this is going is exactly where this is going, and that's to make us look like we're all a bunch of whack jobs, that we believe in an invisible sky god, and that the state knows better because clearly we're not of sane mind. Therefore, now they have a legal right over us to choose and decide whatever they want to choose for not only our children's lives, but our own lives, because clearly we're not capable of making those decisions because we're right out of it. So this is where that choice comes in, dear brothers and sisters. That free will choice to cave in and give in to man, the mark, so that you can buy or sell, live a normal life, have your cars, your house, your toys, your money, your freedom. Or you choose to follow the Most High. And no matter where it leads you, you're ready. Remember, dear brothers and sisters, all roads lead to death. All of them. Since we were born. That is the one guarantee. Since we've been dying since the day we were born, dear brothers and sisters. So inevitable is inevitable. So put that behind you, please. Get that out of your mind, the fear of death. It's nothing. You don't even need to worry about that. Leave that for our Father to decide when, where, and how. Just be that vessel that's there with that smile on your face, trying to do His work the whole way through. And I'm talking about when you're looking up at the guy and he's got his hand around the rope of the guillotine, you're trying to save that man's life as well. So be strong, dear brothers and sisters. Understand, see these signs that are happening and prepare your spirits, not through fear, but through faith. Faith in knowing that whatever is going to happen next, you'll be there, you'll be ready. And if you can already give your life up right now, already leave your life behind. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's about your brother to the left and your sister to the right. That is it. We're already dead. This flesh is already dead. We are currently living in the Spirit with our Father, doing His work until the last breath that He grants us in this fleshly, sinful body. So crucify your flesh, dear brothers and sisters, daily. Yes, today's message was a little aggressive. I apologize. And I don't mean it to come across aggressive in a bad way. I'm passionate. I'm fired up. I love you guys. I pray you're all making the right choices. I pray you're all making that relationship stronger. That's what every second that we have, and I mean this one that you're currently in right now, make it stronger. Work towards the end goal. And that's being able to audibly hear our Father's voice so that when the time comes, He can say, dear brother, dear sister, it's time to do this. And my phone moved. I'm going to take that as a cue. So I love you. I pray you're all having an amazing day. Please leave me a comment. If you see any more information out there, and I love each and every one of you that give me anything, every email, every link, everything. Thank you. because we're all going to bring these little pieces of information together, and eventually we all know where it's going. But it's a season. It's a time to understand what season we're in, and to understand the time that we're in. And we're getting close. So I love you. I pray you're all having a blessed and amazing day. I pray our Father puts his hedge of protection around you. And Father willing, I'll do another one soon. God bless.